Recording this video after close of trade Wednesday, 23rd of October 2013. It's just coming up to 2:30 p.m. Chicago time. Just want to get this video out before the end of the day. And bloody good trading day, I thought, today. There wasn't a huge amount of range. It's probably about 9 points of range, kind of top to bottom, but really nice kind of smooth swings. I maybe over-traded a little bit. I had 6 trades today, but all of them were good except one trade was a losing trade, so very happy with that. And we had, yesterday was a bit of a blow-off move with some weakness. I'll show you the tip bar charts on that, but just first of all, kind of the bigger time frames. This is the daily chart, and we've been lining up for a cyclical resistance at some point, and that's today's activity is going to signal that going off. So we've got our Rambo pattern into there with an exhaustion buying pattern. No blue professional bars yet. I actually think we're going to test back tomorrow, because I think we found kind of a low for the time being that we're going to bounce from. But let's wait and see. You know, no one's going to be calling this end of trend early by any means. Got to see kind of more signs of weakness before that thing really rolls over. So let's see what happened kind of next. But currencies, you know, the last couple of days been on a tear. So I've been flagging this euro. It's going up, and here we go. It's like, you know, we bust through 35 into 36, and then we bust through 36 into 37 with yesterday's activity, and then today's activity we hang around at the end. I don't know where this is going, because, you know, if there's kind of risk off, you'd have thought a lot of the risk off currencies like the euro would start to weaken, but there's definitely, you know, capital flows into the euro and to the pound at the moment. So, you know, I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to be a tidy kind of risk on, risk off type switch up. All I can say is, you know, it was a big reading in terms of momentum, 315,000, but, you know, the exhaustion patterns we were getting were over 400,000. So I think this has got a little bit more to go, and we've got to see blue professional bars kind of coming in. So there we go, the euro's going up, and dollar index by contrast is going down. And again, you know, we're selling down, but we're not reaching oversold or exhaustion patterns yet. So no blue professional bars. You know, this is going to continue, I'd have thought. And nothing's a straight line. You know, things will go up and go down. And I did talk about, when I put the video out on Sunday, I said we had a Rambo pattern over, I think that was Friday's Rambo pattern. I said, you know, we just bounce a little bit from Rambo patterns, maybe a day or two. Well, we got one day of a bounce, and then the next day, bang, they just hit it right to new lows. Japanese yen. So Japanese yen, we've got cyclical supports in, and we've also kind of bounced on Japanese yen. As I said, I think Japanese yen is in a long-term kind of decline, so I wouldn't expect much in terms of trend moves. But, you know, we have found, you know, with this move down, pull back to end of trend, we've been basing for a long time. So, you know, we're going to have a crack at a breaking to the upside. Canadian dollar. Now, Sunday I said Canadian dollar, I really don't have a particular opinion on which way this is kind of going, but I said with the Aussie dollar I wouldn't expect a lot of strength. The Aussie dollar is going to get pushed down. We've had strength so far, but the you know, the trend is down. But look at the Canadian dollar today, got destroyed. So look for that cyclical support to go, and Aussie dollar is kind of following it down. They had the worst day in Aussie dollar in a while, and this 98 to parity level, absolutely key in the Aussie dollar. And it could be, you know, we haven't seen blue professional bars yet on these time frames, but, you know, around this area. So this is people looking to kind of take it short again, so just watch out for that. So there we go, that's kind of the currencies and the other markets. Now crude, I'm in this crude long trade, and I thought, you know, around 100 we would hold, but bang, that got really wrecked over the last 3 days. Blue professional down bars though, and so I'm hoping for a little bit of a bounce. But, you know, once we've traveled past this on a daily time frame, past a support level like this, we're looking for pullback to end of trend type trend moves here. So I'm not enjoying this one, but anyway, I'm still holding for the long term. Silver and gold, and again on the weekend I talked about this little amateur down bar. If we start to crack above the highs of that one, look for this little trend to go a little bit more. There we go. We're kind of starting to break back up in silver. Same thing with gold. A little bit, a couple of amateur down bars, and then bang, we kind of race away. That's like a little bearish flag, bullish flag, I beg your pardon. Kind of just there, a little bit of retrace, you know, a little amateur kind of, you know, down bars, and then bang, we kind of break through it. So we're going to see strength in gold and silver until we get to those weekly resistance levels. Now, copper. We got the break above 333, which was the key level for me, but then we got destroyed again today. So I don't think it's all over. We're still in this zone. The professionals picked it up down here. We're just down back at the bottom of this blue professional bar. It was a weak close kind of yesterday. It didn't kind of stay on the highs and just kind of keep on going. So, until we see kind of crude turning around, copper be similarly kind of influenced in terms of commodity markets and weaker dollars and so on. So still hoping that this will turn out to be a good call and we'll get that break above 333 kind of and continue higher into this uptrend. But it was a bad day, just like the crude. And bonds, there we go. Bonds are starting to rally up, just like I kind of said on the weekend's video, just because we've kind of exhausted the sellers for the time being, but we're still in a downtrend on the bonds chart. So there we go. A lot of things kind of happening. All right, what about today's trade? First of all, just to point out, with yesterday's trade, we had inherent weakness in the market. If I just show you the 1500 tip bar chart there, let me just scrunch this up a little bit. We had this huge blow-off activity. It just went, kind of a little bit exponential, kind of up here yesterday. We had our exhaustion buying signals, flush pattern, first bearish divergence on the zero line. When we get it close to the zero line, I say wait for the flush. Bang, the flush comes in right at the top of the market with a rainbow pattern. Beauty. Sells off, really fast move down, about 12 points down, bang. Hits a kind of another flush pattern and rainbow down here, and we get a complex correction on the way up. This was very, very, very odd because we had extreme exhaustion selling kind of into this move here. There was a whole bunch of blue professional bars kind of came in here that were selling it down according to better momentum, and then they gamed it back up to 52, about 4 points above that kind of area where they were kind of selling it down, just to, I think, make it look strong for the close. It was kind of very, very bizarre activity. You'd expect, I would have expected to have seen more kind of, stronger patterns, blow-off patterns kind of here on the upside, but we got this kind of inherent, you could see the inherent kind of weakness and selling going on in those bars. And the trend value for yesterday was negative 42, so there was actually, negative, although it was an up close day yesterday, there was inherent selling in this. We had this huge move down, complex correction up, ended up with pullback to end of trend on 1500 tip bar chart, and then you can see overnight, bad news out of China, bang, we get kind of on this downtrend move. So what I liked about today's trade was, once you get real strong moves overnight like this, look for continuation during the full liquidity of the day. And we got some nice signals to kind of get in with blue professional bars at the beginning of the day, and anxious to sell short at this point. We tested back up into it. We broke a support level on 1500, bang, into this first move down. So one of the points I wanted to make in this video is about yesterday's trade. There was inherent weakness in yesterday's kind of activity. You could see it on better momentum, you could see it on the trend values, and that there was selling going on as they were kind of moving the market back up to new highs and with a complex correction on the way up. On the way down here, remember, the downtrend is not over until we see blue professional bars. We had this really nice fast kind of move down into a rainbow pattern and exhaustion selling, but note, no blue professional bars, none on 1500, and if we go up to the 4500 tip bar chart, bang, none down here. It was a nice pullback to end of trend with a flush, kind of thing going on, but no blue professional bars. So we know we're in a downtrend because we haven't seen those blue professional bars. So then we had a really strong retrace all the way back up here into a rainbow pattern, pullback level, support becomes resistance, blue professional bar, and it was cookie cutter stuff. Excellent. Take it down into another pullback to end of trend. I pulled out 5 after this one. I pulled out only 2 here. Should have kind of left my target at 4, but I was just looking. I was happy with my first trade, so I was just like, if I can pick up another 2 easy ones, I'll just take them, and that was good for me. But the move went quite a lot further than that initial target for me. That's when we start to see the blue professional bars kind of come in on the 1500. They weren't in yet on the 45. It wasn't until much later in the day, after we'd kind of come down and down and down, had this real exhaustion selling signal on the 1500 tip bar chart here. They take it down by a point or two below the previous low, get another exhaustion selling signal down there, and it spikes back up from there. But the thing's not over. That's what we're looking for. Blue professional bars come in at the lows. So until we see that, something that's mirroring the blue professional bars that we had at the beginning of the day on the 4500 tip bar chart, selling down this move, until we see them picking it up at the lows, we know we're still inherently weak and we're in a downtrend here. So that was the clue that things might start to turn around, and then you start looking for trend move breaks to the upside. We're back down again towards the end of today, so it's 2:40 at the moment Chicago time. Blue professional bar kind of coming back into the lows. Seemingly it's holding a little bit. We're breaking back up. Let's wait and see. But that potentially has the makings of a little bit of a low for today. We found a little bit of a bottom, so tomorrow we could get a little bit of kind of continuation to the upside, break up kind of back to test the highs. So although it looks really kind of jumpy with today's, the trend moves were good. They were strong. They were good for 4-point moves and all of these kind of moves down. And then after we saw that activity bottoming out on the 4500 tip bar chart, you could start looking for kind of trend moves to the upside. So nice day for me. Hope you traded it well. I'll try and get this video out straight away, see it kind of after the close. And yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, Thursday. It just got short 42 even. Short 42 even, just checking stops and targets. So the reason for getting short, big sell-off overnight, bad news out of China. We've kind of come back up to form a little pullback to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. So a little bit of a complex correction on the way up, and then pullback end of trend exhaustion buying. The blue professional bars came in here, and we quickly sold off, kind of down from 44s to 42s. So just on a little retrace here, looking for a break below support on the 500. We've got this blue professional bar on this rise up, which is good. So we're falling through the lows of those blue professional bars, and that's where the blue professional bars at 44 came in on all three time frames. 500, 15, 45. So this will wrap around. So we'll have pullback to end of trend. So we'll be in a down swing on the 4500, which is good. And there's exhaustion selling. I think that's kind of showing the strength of the selling rather than bottoming the thing out. Just for going through the lows of blue professional bar, we need to break through this support neatly and kind of get going. On the downside, we're looking at 37.25 is the low. So my target's at 38 at the moment, so that's okay. So we need this to break through it properly. Alright, sitting on a retrace. 3 3/4. It's not good. I thought we were just going to turn around at the Rambo pattern here and kind of just head back straight down, which has been good. But we pushed a little bit past this. This area is going to be kind of key. We need to kind of turn around. Okay, good. Professionals whacked it down. So we came just below the previous high here. Blue professional guys, bang bang. So we're down 41s, 40s, okay. Target's at 38. I'm just going to move that out of the way to 36. Just running. And kind of it's a little bit messed around on the 1500 because I had a pullback level kind of signal there, but really this is what we're playing, pullback to end of trend on the 45. 37.25 is previous low, so at 36 we could run some stops. Okay, just broke through support, 1740. So on the 500 this should run pullback to end of trend, sync up with cyclical support on the 45. So just got to hold on. I know there's bullish divergence coming, but yeah, it's not really in the right place. This ought to be on a left shoulder. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of a bounce. Alright, still holding on. Bunch of Rambo patterns and down bars kind of happening here. And a bunch of blue fresh bars on 45. Maybe it doesn't want to. No, it's heading back up. Still don't think this is over because we're not seeing a really exhaustion selling signal on the left shoulder, even on the 500 tip bar chart. Here we go. That's better. Let's come back down, break to new lows. Really get this thing. You just need to see a pattern like that to finish it off. Alright. That's more likely we're getting close to the original target, 38. 9,000 on better momentum, big reading on the last bar. And it's coming at that cyclical support, but target at 36 for the time being. Here we go, we're at 7.5. Previous target was 38. So run past that, we've got all these exhaustion patterns. I'm just going to move it to 37 even. See if we get just taken out just now. Yeah, just taken out 37 even, just for 5. Excellent. And turns out to be Rambo pattern here. That was a big read. It's about 14,000 on better momentum on 1500, and a Rambo pattern here. So I like getting out on those kind of sell downs in volume, or kind of exhaustion buying, exhaustion selling. Well, we're going to 36 as well. There you go. There's another point easy in it. Never mind. No. Anyway, 37, it was bouncing around this kind of previous low. So it's just taking that out. But see what happens after that. But no, it was a good trade.